guys, join me to decorate this 2-tier black and gold buttercream birthday cake while I give you guys some tips on how to handle wedding cake orders. As a new baker or a growing baker, I know you'll be looking forward to your first wedding cake order someday. I'm sure you're looking forward to that day when somebody will just call you and be like, please, I would like to order a wedding cake. Or, please, how much is your wedding cakes? Or, please, can you do something like this for me for my wedding? Trust me, I get that feeling. Trust me, I really do. I remember when I had my own first wedding cake, when somebody called me and be like, oh God, please, can you help me do a wedding cake? I was excited, I was nervous, and I was scared at the same time. So many mixed feelings that day. I have never done any wedding cake before as at that time, and I didn't want to tell her that I've not. Because deep down inside of me, nobody is going to give me a wedding cake to try. So I did not even tell her. I was willing to take up that challenge that day. Because if I don't, nobody is going to give me that opportunity again. And besides, how would I know if I can or cannot? So I was willing to take up that chance. After all die now die. Looking back now, if I go and tell her that her wedding cake was what I use in practicing, I'm sure she will kill me because I really took a very big risk. I was so carried away with the excitement that I didn't even think about the process. I shall try my best. I did a lot of research and yeah, the cake came out well, Sha. I tried. But it was not my best, but I tried. So that's one of the reasons why I want to share these tips about wedding cake I wish I knew then. And I hope it will help somebody out there. So first on our list is your measurement. This is key. Your measurement is very important. You have to sit down and do your calculations. All the additions, subtractions, and multiplications, my dear. Sit down and do them. Wedding cakes are higher in height than the regular birthday cakes that we always do. So the measurements are not the same. And aside that, wedding cakes differs amongst themselves too. So you need to learn a lot, which I did not even get that information as at that time. For instance, a 3-tier wedding cake, which is 12 inches, 9 inches, and 6 inches with 7 inches high, is bigger than a 3-tier wedding cake with 12 inches, 9 inches, and 6 inches with 5 inches high. Even though the two wedding cakes look the same in diameter, because they are both 12 inches, 9 inches, and 6 inches. Trust me, the first one with 7 inches height is bigger and it will require more batter. So you see, you need to be very mindful of your measurements. If you don't know how to calculate, please ask for help. You can also check online. And another thing, please note that square pans are usually bigger than round pans. What I'm saying is that a size 10 pan, which is square, is bigger than a size 10 pan that is round. In case your customer asks you for square pans instead of a round one, so you know how to charge them because the square pans are bigger. Or when you are making your calculation as well, so you know that the square pans are usually bigger than the round pans. Round cakes are easier to decorate than the square cakes. So once you have all this in mind, it will help you during your costing and charging. So next on our list is decorations. So when it comes to wedding cakes, if the decorations you're making is complicated and complex, that is, you have a lot of decorations going on the body of the cake, with a lot of serene going on the body of the cake, I will advise that you start ahead of time. For instance, if you have a lot of sugar flowers to make, some cutouts to do, please, you have to do those things ahead of time so that you don't get overwhelmed. And besides, it will give your cutout and sugar flowers time to dry up properly. So when it's close to the wedding day, you would have done at least 80% of all the work. So all you will now be doing is just the finishing touch. And then you won't burn out. Then we have doweling of wedding cakes. Doweling of your wedding cakes will determine if your wedding cake is going to be straight, tilted to one side, or even bulge. Most people don't get it right when it comes to doweling. I'm going to give you an illustration. So dowel a 3-tier wedding cake, for instance. Let's just say a 12, 9, and a 6-inch cake. You first of all dowel the base cake, which is the 12. There is no particular number of dowel rods that you will use. Just make it firm. Add plenty to make it firm. Once you're done with that first layer, you place a thin board on it. Then you do that for the second tier. That is, I'm talking about the 9-inch now. You dowel that one because that one is going to be sitting on the 12. Once you are done doweling the 9-inch cake, because the third layer, which is the 6-inch, is going to be sitting on that one as well. Then for the third layer, which is the 6-inch, you are not doweling that one because that's the top tier. Once you are done, you are going to pass a central dowel rod through the whole of the cake from the bottom upwards. So you are going to pass through the 12-inch upwards, not from the top to the bottom. It has to be from the bottom to the top. I hope you understand, because if you pass through the top, you are going to perforate the 6-inch, which is not our plan. So you are passing through the 12-inch from down up. The whole essence of this doweling is to have a firm grip of all your cakes put together to avoid them from sinking or falling. So dowel rods serve as pillars to cakes. Do you understand? So the next on our list is taking the wedding cake to the venue. That is, packing the wedding cake to the venue. When it comes to carrying your wedding cake to the venue, as for me, what I normally do is I carry them individually in different boxes. I don't stack them from the studio to the venue. No, I don't do that because I know if you shout, all the hard work for something to not happen to the cake, God forbid. So what I normally do is I separate all the cakes, then I go to the venue, then I start stacking them there. So me, I would suggest that you carry your own cake separately. But if you have the mind to stack your cake from your office and take them to the venue and you feel it's going to be safe, all well and good. But I'm suggesting that you carry them individually so that you don't have any story that touches the heart. Okay, apart from that, everything that you use in decorating the wedding cake, you have to take them along. Everything. When I say everything, I mean the royal icing, the extra sugar flowers, colors, fondant, gold dust or silver dust, whichever one that you use. Everything, including brush, extra fondant, dowel rods, everything that you use in making that cake, you have to take them along. Even a small plate to mix your colors, you have to carry them along because you never can tell what can happen. So before the wedding, make a comprehensive list of everything that you use in decorating that cake. Put all of them together inside one bag so that you don't get to forget any of them. You take them along because God forbid anything goes wrong or anything happen to the wedding cake. But with all these things that you have, you can always do a quick fix. Always try to prepare for the worst. You never can tell, anything will happen. Then as a new baker or a growing baker, please and please don't ever send a sample of cake you got from the internet that you cannot recreate to your customer. Please don't do that. Don't send a cake that you got, a picture that you got from the internet that you know you cannot recreate. You don't have some of the tools they use in making that particular wedding cake. Please do not send it to your customer. It's going to get you into serious trouble and you will get stressed out at the end of that day because most customers will just capture that particular picture you show them. They will just capture it in their memory and that's what they will be expecting. And if you cannot recreate that particular one, trust me, you're in trouble. Automatically you are in trouble. So when a customer asks you for samples, please tell them the truth. It's either you don't have any cake pictures or you can just do some sketching. You can just sketch out something that you are sure you can do. Something you know that you have all the tools in your possession that you can recreate, that you can show them. And if they insist that they want a picture, send them wedding cakes online. Tell them that these cakes are not your own, but you can do something similar. Tell them these cakes are not yours, that you got them from the internet, but you can do something similar. There is no need to feel embarrassed. Everybody has at some point have started from somewhere. So there is no point feeling embarrassed because you don't have your own personal wedding cake. You have to start from somewhere. Always tell them the truth so that they will not be too expectant. Because if their expectation is high, you will be in trouble, especially if you cannot meet up. And one more thing, you have to be confident about it. Speak like a professional. Tell them that you can do it or you can do something close to that. Before you give them any picture, like I said, make sure you study the picture first. Study it. Make sure you have all the tools they use in decorating that wedding cake before you send the picture to the customer. Customers are funny. They are very, very funny. They will just grab that picture and put it in their head and start showing their people that this is what their wedding cake is going to be like. This is what their wedding cake is going to be like. And if you do something totally different from what they have already in their mind, see go be. Anyway, I hope these tips were helpful. Thank you so much for staying tuned, and please don't forget to like, subscribe and share my videos. Please, I'm waiting for watch hours. Now watch hour remain for me. Please, you guys should try and watch my videos. Now watch hour I look for. I promise to always make interesting and educative videos for you guys like this one. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.